the last two videos, I have already opened the Lord and the Tesla carbines. So in this video, I'm going to look at the Deathmarks, which is this one. Alright, and again, typical Joy Toy packaging, nothing really special, and I just open it now. Alright, so just like the Tesla carbines, two figures are placed next to each other in the packaging. It looks exactly like those Joy Toy action figures, Death of the Star series, where they place two figures together or three figures together, and with the weapons next to the figures. So I really like this kind of packaging. It looks really nice to me. So similar to the Immortals with the Tesla, these figures also comes with a separate choice of hands, so which is really good. So this is the hand for holding the guns. Let's have a look. We're going to look at the quality and articulation at the same time, because when I check the figures, I'll move the joints. So let's have a look. So the face of the figures got a dot on it, so, and same as this one got some kind of scratch marks on it. So this is not too good straight away. So let me check the head. So, oh, okay, it can rotate really well. Alright, I like the way it rotate. Anyway, it looks really funny. It cannot really able to move up just like the Immortals, right? Because the back of the head is joined to the spine, so it cannot really move up because the spine is blocking it. It can barely looks down, alright? And then the hand is similar to the Immortals as well. You know, it can rotate 360 degrees, but because of the shoulder pad, it cannot really move up. So but that's okay. That's just the nature of the design. Yeah, everything is the same. You can rotate 360 degrees, 90 degrees. Yep. And again, the wrist joint, you can slightly rotate it, but because of this ring here on the edge of the arm, it blocks it from moving a little bit more than that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Yep, really good mid torso joint, 360 degrees for sure. You can do that. This one, there's no waist joint, but there's no need for it because, you know, it's just a very simple design. And then the legs are the same. You can kick up very high. Let me check the legs. The hip joint usually okay, so I'm not too worried about that. Swivel thighs, that's fine. Same as that one's fine. So when I swivel, it doesn't really drop off, which is great. You know, usually the Joy Toy figures, you know, the swivel thighs always have issues with it, right? Because it's very loose, always loose. You can do that. Right, kick up, and that. Oh, articulation is very good. You know, it's the same as the Immortals, but it's good. And then look at the gun. The gun details looks really good. You know, I really like the highlighting of the pipes. You know, some of this highlighting is alright. And then, yep, looks fine. Looks fine to me. And it's just a very simple figure. So let's put it on the hand. But before I do that, I need to exchange the hand. So I need to pull this out. So I need to do that very carefully. Alright, again, I cannot able to put a joint out, so I have to put a joint together. Alright, I'll put it out and I'll put just in there. Should be easy, just like the Immortals. Yep, that's easy. Alright, and then put the gun in there. The hands are in kind of like soft plastic, which is good. So, which is easy for me to put the figures in. Oh, okay, done. Oh, it's actually very loose though. Anyway, and then I put this in here, so it holds the gun at the bottom, which is the handle here. So I have to push this in there, right? Can I do that? Yep, cool. Alright, done. So yeah, alright, look at that. Cool. Alright, so quality is good, so everything looks good, and I assume the other figures should be okay as well. Alright, then let's look at the next 30 seconds on the details, and I'll come back to you and tell you what I think. the details are actually almost the same as the Immortals. You can see this exactly the same, except the body. The body is different because it has a different shoulder design, and also the back is different as well compared to an Immortal, right? It has this kind of like balls. It got a lot of balls in the back of the figure, and the balls are pretty nicely painted. You can see, it has this kind of like lighting effects on the balls, so they are reasonably well painted. Except what I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, you can see there's leftover paint on the head, on the white. But otherwise, the details look very nice. As I said, the gun looks really nice, the details looks very nice. It got this lighting effect as well, and yeah, so generally that's a pretty simple figure. And also you notice the gold, right? On the edges of these, details, they have this dark color rendering effect, which is pretty nice as well. Look at that, that's pretty nice under the lights. In general, these Deathmarks figures are very good figures. They have done a very good job. The only criticism is it doesn't have a toe joint, so it'd be good if they provide a toe joint so that I can pose it in better posture. I reckon that these figures are even better than the Space Marine in my opinion, because these are what Joy Toys are good at. Don't forget they have been making figures in similar size, with their own lines, like the Battle of the Star series and stuff like that. So that is why I think these figures are better than other 40k Warhammer figures that they produce. So now comes to the end of this video. So how many of you actually got these figures, and also have you got every single Necron figures by Joy Toy? Please let me know and leave your comments below. And I will speak to you in the next video. Bye for now.